If the lines are cleared out, the most enthralling star, which I recognize as one that has the potential to baffle our sky, is this. It is one scarab's juice or pulverization, an enormous red star. In addition, there is the improbable possibility that, if you arrange it so that it faces the Sun, it would extend all the way to the orbit of Jupiter. It is massive in every way, unpredictable, and prone to breaking into flames. But it's not as clear as it could be. It appears to be the universe's Goliath. Like most irrationally feared events, massive stars everywhere we look could still be shaken by starbursts. Do whatever you can to prevent Middle Beetle, Betelgeuse, from being hidden from view. It has been interpreted as a red, extremely large star. This star is typically regarded as more significant than our Sun. Brian Cox and other specialists in space believe it could explode into a supernova, which made people worried about what will take place following this event. The James Webb Space Telescope is capturing shocking pictures of the rising star. The inquiry regarding when Betelgeuse will become a supernova is important, similar to the impact of the Titanic on Earth. Let's get that sorted out. The star in the vast Orion constellation shines so brilliantly that even those who passed away a long time ago observed it. The enormous star Betelgeuse is situated on the shoulder of eastern Orion. It is the second largest star, and the name of the constellation comes from this feature, the monster shoulder. It has the potential to be one of the most brilliant stars in the night sky. On top of being extremely bright, the star is also an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, hints at trouble. We've encountered tremendous experience with Betelgeuse. A Greek observer by the name of Tiamoi also concentrated on it. At that point, the first thing people noticed about the star was its color. According to him, it was an orange-colored toad detritus. In modern times, experts have been concentrating on the star more eagerly, and now they have a brilliant idea of what makes it so curiously bright. One of its qualities is the star's brightness modifying significantly. Betelgeuse has a magnitude of 0.6 and is a variable star, which means it will change over time. Recently, its brightness has changed. Experts discovered new information about the star in 2019. They first noticed that Betelgeuse was acting unconventionally. Its shine wasn't completely gone but was significantly less bright, shining at a magnitude of 1.6. Experts immediately began to examine why this was happening. This is how the 10th most brilliant star behaves. Their investigation revealed unusual signals. Based on their findings, it appears that Betelgeuse could explode at any moment. Brian Cox, a well-known scientist, shared this shockingly dangerous explanation. As a professor at the University of Manchester School of Physics and Cosmology, his point of view should not be ignored. He also hosts a science program, writes popular science books, and serves as a Royal Society professor for public engagement. Brian Cox's assertions, supported by evidence, suggest that Betelgeuse appears to be a ticking time bomb, one that could go off without warning. The James Webb Space Telescope has shown enormous evidence to support this explanation. But what exactly are Betelgeuse's featured signs that have caused so much uncertainty in space? The star has been named a supernova candidate. Despite this, analysts do not yet know when it will explode. The fact that Betelgeuse has twice as much mass as the Sun explains this classification. To be classified as a supernova, things become extremely fascinating. A variety of instruments have been used to investigate Betelgeuse, such as the James Webb Space Telescope, the laser interferometer, and gravitational wave observations. What they found is still a mystery. Betelgeuse clearly offered odd hints about its future. Experts searched for odd light waves coming from the star. However, that wasn't the only curiosity. Another clue is the fluctuating brightness. At one point, it was said that Betelgeuse gradually turned dark and developed spots similar to our Sun. But the current situation is different. It is now switching from bright to dim twice as quickly as before, yet another sign of its instability. Specialists found that the star's dimming hit a magnitude of 1.61 in February 2021, shortly after the enormous darkening event. Recall how the star appeared to fade in an odd way in 2019. That's now known as the extraordinary deterioration. This incredible darkening marked the beginning of Betelgeuse's peculiar behavior. Many feared it was going to explode. The dimming reached its lowest recorded level in 2019, 1.2. Based on this remarkable darkening, experts were confident Betelgeuse would go supernova within 100,000 years. There is fragmentation in the universe as a result, which is truly astonishing. Analysts quickly changed their perspectives when Betelgeuse's brightness returned following the tremendous dimming. It became something far more striking. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics noted that the star's brightness increased by 150% of its normal level, making it the seventh most brilliant star in the sky. Experts saw a red glow in the southern part of the sky. This segment continues to grow in a fascinating way. Today, a variety of factors are considered regarding the cause of the incredible darkening. First, it's important to note that not all of Betelgeuse's red glow can be seen in stars. The red glow indicates its status as a supergiant red star. This is the final stage in the life and death of a star. Now, let's examine the phenomenal darkness. Brian Cox asks, does it truly mean Betelgeuse will burst? Because Betelgeuse is already a massive red monster, this shows it is near the end of its life. Frequently, a dying star will become less stable over time. Specialists, however, comprehend Betelgeuse's behavior better now. Many telescopes are focusing more closely on it. The exceptional darkening remains an intriguing mystery. Experts still lack complete comprehension. Scientists are now using the most cutting-edge tools to monitor the captivating events. The James Webb Space Telescope has been one of the best tools utilized so far. Since 2021, it has helped analysts gather significant data about Betelgeuse. If Betelgeuse detonates, it will be the first supernova observed by humanity in real time since Johannes Kepler discovered one. Despite all the speculation, no one can determine precisely when Betelgeuse will explode. It could happen in our lifetime or take another 100,000 years. Scientists have studied the star's course. While a supernova is pending, the exact moment of Betelgeuse's explosion is still unknown. However, scientists are locating additional clues that suggest the star is in its final evolutionary stages. The erratic nature of its brightness, the removal of its outermost layers, and its worsening internal instability all point toward a dramatic end. Betelgeuse is going through a phase of intense mass loss, a frequent precursor to a supernova. When a large star explodes, large amounts of material are ejected. This signals that nuclear fusion within its core is no longer able to maintain equilibrium. Once the fuel in the star's core runs out, fusion stops, and the star advances toward its explosive finale. Hydrogen to carbon, helium, and eventually iron will no longer be able to support itself against gravitational collapse. This will trigger a rapid and catastrophic implosion that leads to a huge explosion. One of the most significant indicators of an impending supernova is an increase in neutrino emission. Neutrinos are nearly massless subatomic particles that are released in immense quantities when the core of a star collapses. Observatories like Japan's Super-Kamiokande or detectors in Antarctica can detect a sudden surge in neutrinos from the direction of Betelgeuse. This would be a strong signal that the star is moments away from exploding. The impact of Betelgeuse's supernova, if it were to occur, would be one of the most spectacular events ever observed. The explosion could likely be seen from Earth even during the daytime, outshining the full moon for several weeks. Astronomers would gain an unprecedented opportunity to investigate a supernova in real time using modern instruments and telescopes. Despite the dramatic nature of the explosion, scientists believe Earth is at a safe distance, approximately 640 light-years away. However, the supernova would still have significant effects on the interstellar medium that surrounds it. The explosion's shockwave would trigger the formation of new stars and planetary systems, recycling materials and seeding future celestial bodies. There has been some speculation regarding the possibility of a gamma-ray burst, GRB, an incredibly powerful jet of radiation that could have destructive effects if directed toward Earth. However, Betelgeuse is unlikely to produce such a burst. GRBs typically originate from rapidly spinning massive stars, and Betelgeuse does not display the required rotation speed. Around the world, astronomers continue to monitor Betelgeuse closely. The James Webb Space Telescope, along with others like Chandra and Hubble, are collecting vast amounts of data on the star's behavior. Scientists are especially interested in examining its spectral signatures, the wavelengths of light emitted by the star, which could reveal more about its internal processes and provide further evidence of its impending fate. Although we may not know precisely when Betelgeuse will explode, one thing is certain. When it does, it will be a once-in-a-lifetime event that will reshape our understanding of stellar evolution and supernova mechanics. For now, we sit tight and prepare for one of the most astonishing celestial events in history. Betelgeuse remains one of the most enthralling stars in the night sky, a cosmic bomb ticking toward its inevitable explosion, or perhaps not for thousands of years. Despite dramatic fluctuations fueling speculation about its imminent end, researchers emphasize that supernova predictions remain challenging. Regardless of when it happens, Betelgeuse will eventually explode. It will be a landmark astronomical event, providing researchers a rare chance to study the death of a massive star in real time. Until then, astronomers will continue to monitor Betelgeuse, awaiting the moment it finally makes its grand exit in a spectacular cosmic explosion. Its fate remains a mystery. Despite its uncommon behavior, the question of when Betelgeuse will explode is still elusive. When observing the universe with an open mind, few stars are as fascinating and surprising as Betelgeuse. This red supergiant is a true cosmic titan. If it were placed where our Sun is, it would extend out to Jupiter's orbit. Because of its staggering size, Betelgeuse is among the largest known stars and is close to a dramatic end. But the universe doesn't follow simple or predictable rules. Cosmic explosions and other celestial events have the power to change our entire perspective. While Betelgeuse remains a potential supernova candidate, researchers are still piecing together the precise sequence of events that will lead to its end. They continue gathering data from advanced telescopes like the Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes, remaining cautious in predicting an imminent explosion. The star's surprising behavior, including perplexing loops of dimming and brightening, has scientists on edge. When will Betelgeuse explode? No one knows for sure. Some researchers suggest it could still take tens of thousands of years, while others think it might happen much sooner, perhaps even in the next few months or years. Extraordinary data collected by powerful telescopes, combined with Betelgeuse's erratic behavior, keeps researchers vigilant. They're using every available instrument to detect even the smallest changes that might indicate an impending supernova. When Betelgeuse finally detonates, it will send shockwaves across the universe and release an enormous amount of energy. The explosion will temporarily outshine the entire galaxy, becoming as bright as the full moon from Earth's perspective. This cosmic event will be a magnificent spectacle, but it won't pose a threat to Earth due to its distance, over 600 light-years away. Still, the supernova will offer an unprecedented opportunity to study the final moments of a massive star's life. The demise of Betelgeuse is not just a scientific curiosity, it's a reminder of the vast, unpredictable nature of the cosmos. Massive stars like Betelgeuse play a vital role in the galactic cycle, enriching the universe with the elements necessary for planets, new stars, and possibly even life. The death of a massive star is more than just an end, it's a transformation. When Betelgeuse explodes, it will release heavy elements that contribute to the growth of new stellar systems. Scientists continue to observe Betelgeuse, deciphering its mysterious future with every new discovery. Its final countdown approaches. Due to its immense size and rapid fuel consumption, its core is undergoing intense transformations. Nuclear fusion is still taking place, but the available fuel is running out. Massive stars like Betelgeuse fuse elements in a cycle, from hydrogen to helium, then to carbon, oxygen, silicon, and neon. But once iron forms in the core, the process becomes unsustainable. Unlike lighter elements, iron does not produce energy when fused, it stores energy. This leads the core to collapse under its own gravity in a fraction of a second. The outer layers, no longer supported by fusion, slam into the core like a falling stone. This creates a powerful shockwave that triggers a supernova explosion. When this occurs, Betelgeuse will reach peak brightness in our sky, perhaps brighter than the full moon, for weeks or even months. The explosion will unleash enormous amounts of radiation, neutrinos, and heavy elements, sending them hurtling through space. What happens after the explosion? That depends on the mass left in the core. There are two possibilities. 1. Neutron star. If the remaining core is about 1.4 to 2.5 times the mass of the Sun, it will become a neutron star, a dense, city-sized remnant with extreme magnetic fields and gravity. Some neutron stars become pulsars, rotating rapidly and emitting beams of radiation. 2. Black hole. If the remaining core exceeds 2.5 solar masses, gravitational collapse becomes so intense that nothing can stop it. Betelgeuse will become a black hole, a point in space where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. Either outcome would be an extraordinary discovery, giving astronomers a rare chance to investigate the birth of a compact stellar object. How will Betelgeuse's supernova affect Earth? Because it's about 640 light-years away, the explosion won't pose a direct threat. However, it will still have significant consequences. A new bright star. The supernova will be visible in the daytime sky for weeks, outshining every star and possibly rivaling Venus. Cosmic rays and neutrinos. While the explosion will release high-energy particles, Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field will protect us. Scientific breakthroughs. The event will help refine models of stellar evolution and compact object formation. Shockwave effects. The explosion's shockwave may trigger star and planet formation in nearby interstellar clouds. While we can't predict exactly when Betelgeuse will explode, every new observation brings us closer to understanding its fate. With advancing instruments and improving prediction models, astronomers are watching for the signs. Whether it happens in our lifetime or generations from now, one thing is certain. When Betelgeuse finally detonates, it will be one of the most extraordinary cosmic events ever witnessed by humanity. Until then, we wait, knowing that, in the vastness of space, one of the universe's greatest fireworks displays is preparing to begin.